there are four principal banks in the United States holding 90% of all of the derivatives in this country. Those banks are JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, Global Sachs, right? Citigroup, and Bank of America. In order to bail them out after the 2008 crisis, what was done was a massive policy of what is called quantitative easing, which shows how from 2007 through 2021, over $20 trillion in funny money was issued, and then a vast increase after that. It came out at over $27 trillion total. This went to the derivatives bubble. It did not go to productive investment. And I next want to show you what has happened inside the U.S. banking system. This is a graphic developed by my colleague, Paul Gallagher, economics editor at EIR magazine. And what this shows is deposits into the banking system. That is to say, money coming in, supposedly from savings by citizens, but also money fed into the banking system by the Federal Reserve through quantitative easing. That's on the one hand, deposit, and loans is what would supposedly be productively issued for the purpose of economic activity. So if you look back to 1997, deposits and loans were pretty much equal. And then over the next 10 years to December 2007, at the point of the big crash, they both increased, but they increased pretty much equally. There was no big difference in the rate of increase. Then comes a speculative binge. And over the next 10 years to December 2016, the amount of deposits coming into the banking system through that quantitative easing that I just showed you, that rose by over almost $5 trillion in that period, whereas loans issued increased by $2 trillion and change. So the money in was twice as large as the money going out to supposed productive activity. Of course, it wasn't productive at all. But then the final period to 2021, over a 5-year period, deposits, money in from the Fed, increased dramatically by 6.64 trillion. Loans only rose by 1.6 trillion, 4 times the amount of deposits compared to loans. In other words, you've got a tendency of total hyperinflation, which is in fact going on under these circumstances. Now, even the money that did go out in the form of loans, we have documented and checked this out very closely. This did not go for the purpose of actual productive lending. What it actually went to is, and I guess the best way to show that is on the next graphic, which I have here, which is this one. This shows the total rise in world derivatives and the stock market and debt up through 2023, reaching a total of $2.1 quadrillion. And that's a 2 followed by 15 zeros. There was almost no money lent out by the banking system. Some was lent, but none of it went into actual productive activity. What did go went into speculative activity in the real estate market. It went into speculative activity in the stock market, and so on and so forth. So this is where we now stand inside, if we look at the U.S. banking system, where the speculative cancer has taken control over the host economy. And that means we've got a real problem where we have to make sure that through Glass-Steagall, actual credit issued in the economy does not go to the cancer, and that it does go to productive activity. Otherwise, the entire world financial system is going to blow up. And Glass-Steagall is designed to do exactly that. It separates productive banking, commercial banking, from speculative banking.